Matt Ryan, welcome to the Daily Social Distancing Show.
Thank you for having me, man. This is a unique experience.
It really, really is a unique experience. Before we get into the conversations in and around race and the protests and everything that's happening, just for you as an athlete, and that's how so many people know you as an elite athlete. What has this period been like? Are you training? Are you able to work out? Are you able to create a semblance of a normal life as you prepare for what may or may not be an NFL season?
I think I'm lucky. I have a good setup in my house to be able to train, make sure I'm getting my running in, make sure I'm getting my weight training. That's nice. But it's been different. I think as we've gotten further along, I think I've found ways to properly social distance, but also get work with
Mm-hmm.
my guys on the field, and we found some places that have allowed us to get out there and get some work done. But it's been unique, but you find a way, and you figure out how to get yourself ready to go regardless of the circumstances.
Yeah, and the circumstances genuinely have been unique in this time period. You are in one of the cities in America that is experiencing some of the greatest turmoil. Atlanta. We've seen Ahmaud Arbery, in Georgia. We've seen Rayshard Brooks. We've seen the protests. We've seen the riots. Talk me through what you've been experiencing as somebody who calls Atlanta home.
Well, it's been difficult to see everything going on, in our city and in our state. Your heart goes
Hmm.
out to their families and their loved ones, because it's just deaths that shouldn't have happened. That's been part of me wanting to speak out and help out in ways that I can. You know, you mentioned I don't have these other ties, to my professional life right now. We have this time, we have this opportunity to be able to put our energy and our effort into that. And I think it's an important thing to be able to do that right now because we need to make a change. The way things have operated and the way things have gone up until this point isn't good enough. And so, my hope is to be able to, use the platform that I have to be able to create awareness and help in the ways that I can help.
It's been interesting in how you've shared your feelings honestly. You haven't tried to act like you were perfect. You haven't said that I figured this thing out. But you also said that you want to help as a white person with a platform, which is not easy for a lot of people to say because you're so scared of the backlash that may come with that. Talk me through that experience and why you felt it was necessary for yourself as an athlete. I mean, you could easily say, hey, I'm an athlete. I can't talk about this. Why did you think it was important for you to speak out in the way that you have?
Well, number one, this was something that my friends and my teammates were saying as I was listening. That some of the comments that were made were that we appreciate you guys having our back and having telling us that you support us, but I think it would help more if you did it publicly and you were able to go out and use the platform that you have to to encourage change. And so that was one of the parts, just as a friend and listening to my friends and my teammates. It just seemed like that was the next step that needed to happen because what we had been doing up until this point hadn't really worked. And so if you continue to try and do the same things we've done up until this point, you're going to continue to get the same results. And so for whatever reason, the timing, I felt like I had to do it because I regret it not doing that up until this point. I regret
Mm.
it just kind of staying on the sidelines and not helping out in the ways that I could. So it really stemmed, from conversations that I've had with my friends about, what can I do to make a difference.
Yeah, and one of the differences you started to make is actually using the resources that you have to give African American members of the Atlanta community a leg up. You've started a GoFundMe. You donated $500,000 of your own money to that GoFundMe. And what's interesting is where some people have said, hey, I'm going to figure this thing out. You've said, no, I'm going to be talking to Black community leaders and figure out where we can get money to the people who need it for whatever they need it most for. That's an interesting way to do it. Why did you choose that path?
Well, I chose the path because number one, I knew I wanted to do something, but number two, I knew that I didn't know how to do it or how to help. And typically, what I've found throughout my life is when it's an area that I don't know the most about, I think it's important to find people that do, and find people that you trust, and have them kind of guide you the direction you need to go. And so that's what I'm currently in the process of doing. I've had great conversations with probably about 8 different people from the Atlanta community right now that are heavily involved at the grassroots level, in terms of community organizers and people that do this every day, that have been trying to make a change for a long time, and are much more knowledgeable about the hurdles that we have to jump, but also the things that we can do that are really going to make an impact immediately, and then long term too. That's kind of, my focus with this is to make a difference now for sure, but not rush into doing something just to do it because the momentum is there right now. Let's do something that's going to impact making change for the long haul.
Sports has always been seen as a place away from politics, but as we've seen throughout history, when politics can no longer be looked away from, sports often becomes the platform for politics. The NFL has become a lightning rod for so many of these conversations, and obviously this has been sparked by Colin Kaepernick and his protests. Now, you've spoken in support of Colin, and Roger Goodell has now come out saying he thinks that NFL teams should look at hiring Colin again. And what would you hope to see from the league going forward from here?
Of course, we would have liked for this to have taken place much sooner than it has, but we can't really change what has happened up until this point. We can only control the change that we can have moving forward. And I think within the last couple of weeks you have seen positive steps in the right direction, but we need to continue to take those steps, and we need to continue to push forward. And I feel like I can no longer sit on the sidelines and just kind of let it happen the way other people want it to happen. I think it's our responsibility as leaders and as players in this league who have a platform to be able to speak, to continue to push the narrative forward, and to make the change that we want to make.
Well, I think you're doing amazing work. The community of Atlanta has really rallied around you, saying they're proud to have you as a hero, especially during this time. So thank you for taking the time. Good luck out there. And if I need you for my touch football league, I'll let you know. But right now, I got it handled.
All right, perfect. Steady QB right here.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Trevor.